वाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय श्रीगोविन्दाय नमो नमः। वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्गयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्वमहं वन्दे परमानन्दममाधवम्। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेवं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। श्रीकृष्ण राधा वरगोकुलेश गोपाल गोवर्धननाथ विष्णु। जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेवं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय नमः, श्रीकृष्णाय नमः, श्रीकृष्णाय नमः। Jai Shri Krishna to all the devotees. Welcome back on our second talk of the Bhagavad Gita. Second talk of the almost is the third round. So in over the years, as you all aware about it, that I'm consistently talk on the Bhagavad Gita. So today we are going to be understand the Bhagavad Gita. So what the Bhagavad Gita is very importantly teaching us the value of our life. When we talk about the value of our life, means that when we decide to give up. Arjun was there into the battlefield, wanted to give up. Why should I do? Is necessary for me to do? And many importantly, Arjun wanted to give up because he himself did not see any benefit out of it. Now, when we talk about the give up Amrit, in the life, challenges, circumstances, difficulties, this is the part of the life. When the Krishna Bhagavan teaching us through the Bhagavad Gita is, what is your goal? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve and what is your goal? That decide that should you give up or not? And then more importantly is, are you actually following Dharma? Because when we understand this whole understanding about the giving up, then people justify themselves. Even they do the wrong adharma and they says, look, why should I give up? Krishna Bhagavan told Arjun, you mustn't give up. Mustn't take this advice in a wrong way. That is why I am clarifying this. Intention is very important. Your goal is very important. Your dharma is very important. If you have a good intention, now you might think, who is going to decide is my intention is a good or not? In everybody's eyes, everybody is the truth. That's so reality. In everybody's eyes, everyone is a truth. So if I'm going to ask everyone, are you following the Dharma? Then you're going to say, yes, I'm following the Dharma and I don't want to give up. Because my Dharma is a right Dharma. And that is where we go wrong. my dharma is a right dharma, means that my duties are right duties, that's where we go wrong. Dharma is a universe. Universe means that Bhagavan Sri Krishna is only going to help you if you have a good intention behind it. Good intention means ke well-being for the everybody, happiness for the everybody, following the duties of your right. Right means ke following the duty of your right intuition which come from inside. And last week I told you, okay, the voice which come from inside, which is the Krishna's voice, is your truth dharma. The moment you are going to do the wrong things, Krishna will stop you and Krishna will hold your hand and will tell you, don't do. Likewise, the Krishna told Yudhishthir, don't do. But if the Yudhishthir has overpowered the Krishna's inner voice, then they have to face the consequences about it. Krishna is a very important personality. And we have to understand the Krishna. If we want to really understand the Bhagavad Gita, then we have to understand the Krishna, qualities of the Krishna. You might think about what I'm talking today here. Bhagavad Gita is all about understanding the Krishna, quality of the Krishna, and the message of the Krishna. That's why the mantra says, Jihave piba swam amritam. So on my tongue, when I chant the Krishna mantra, that play a role as amrit nectar. That means that from my mouth, I don't use the word which can harm the people. From my body, I don't do the things which can harm the people. From my mind, I don't think wrong which is the harmful for the people. And from my heart, I don't think anything wrong which is harmful for the people. That is why we say Krishna word is Amrut nectar, because the Krishna's responsibility to actually guide you, what to speak, when to speak, how to speak, what to do. But what is the condition is? What is the condition is? Condition is surrender bhav. Atma samarpana. Surrender. We have to surrender ourselves. The word is very important. It's called the Atma Samarpana. Atma Samarpana means ke surrender ourselves through the self, not body. Because most of time what happens when we go to the place of the worship, the Bhagwan expect us, be honest, I'm telling you, the Bhagwan expect us to be, this devotee means that this bhakta is doing the bhakti. Either you do the bhakti in a place of the worship, either you do the bhakti in your house, either you do the bhakti in a garden, either you do the bhakti into the nearby the ocean, wherever you do the bhakti. Bhagwan Sri Krishna expect us to surrender self, not a body. But 70%, I will say more than 70%, when we do the bhakti into these places, we only surrender ourselves bodily, not internally, self-wise. Atma, we don't give our Atma to the Krishna. We only give a body. And that is why we start following the adharma. Because Atmas, if we surrender ourselves to the Krishna with the self, then we become Arjun. What is the Arjun quality is? Arjun quality is, what is the Arjun quality is? Arjun quality is to look the eye of the fish. The main thing is, where is your attention is going? in Mahabharata, we all of us know there is a one incident comes where it was in a night. Bhim, we all of us know Bhim is a very hungry personality, so he likes to eat all the time. So after the Gurukul supper over, but Bhim still wanted to eat. So he took the few ladvas and everything in his kutir. Kutir means in his room. In these days we call it a room, but it was a kutir, nice. Those days there was no lights, no LED lights, nothing, no bright lights, nothing. Everything is a normal divo. So after the supper over, all the divas is off, means the kutir is completely dark. Kutir is completely dark. But then some tuk 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 noise started coming in. Then Arjun woke up and Arjun says, what is happening here? So then Arjun started looking in. Then is a Bhim. And what Bhim is doing is eating something. And then Arjun asked, how can you actually eat in this dark way? You don't even see each other's face. And then how can you eat perfectly? Then Bhim says, for eating you don't need to see each other's face or anything. You only need to hold the ladva and put it into the mouth. And your body is know that where is your mouth, and then for that you don't need a light, automatically it will go in your mouth. That message Arjun has took slightly different. Then what he did actually, immediately he left the kutir and he went outside with his bow and arrow. And he started targeting mangoes from the mango tree. Then Dronacharya came. Dronacharya says, Arjun, what are you doing? Why you are targeting arrows into the dark? Then Arjun says, if I want to become a perfect archer, then I have to train my eyes to such an extent that I don't need a light to see my target. I can target in the dark, in the light, where I have to make sure that my target is perfect. So I have to train my all the indriyas, means all the entire senses, in such a direction where my target is important than anything else. And target must be a genuine. And that day, Dronacharya declared, Arjun is the best archer in the world. So we ourselves, when we go to the Bhagwan, when we do the bhakti, when we allow the Krishnas to walk in to our life, what is important is, what is our target is, what do we want to achieve? That is why I am saying is the goal is very important. Dharmik goal. Why we are giving up? When I started with the giving up, doesn't mean because you two people are fighting or three people are fighting and then you both tell yourself, no, I don't want to give up. That is not the case. Try to understand here. Here we talking in the level of the when that practicality apply in our life as well as in bhakti devotion as well. Why we are not training our all the senses in a direction to see the only Krishna face? Why we are not training our all the sense to see the Krishna smile, Krishna's beauty? Okay. Because we are not into the focus. We are diverting our senses in a different direction. Therefore, we don't see the beauty of the Krishna. We see everything else. We look what the neighbor is, we look what the set next person sitting me, what is he or she is doing. You know what, most of time we observe ourselves, even the normal puja, anything when we start the puja in our own house, in our own places, when we start the praying, then automatically suddenly something happens and our attention goes that side direction. That's why the word which says Jihave pibaswam mritameta devam. Jihave pibaswam, from my tongue always we speak the wise word, Krishna's word, into the direction to see the beauty of the Krishna, feel the beauty of the Krishna, and live the beauty of the Krishna in the practical life. That's why Bhagavan Sri Krishna says to Arjun, don't give up. He is mentioning to the Arjun, don't give up, to telling Arjun, follow your dharma, don't give up. So if you are following your dharma, then don't give up. Path of the righteousness. Path of the righteousness is very important to walk. And then path of the righteousness comes when we become Arjun. Don't compare yourself with the Arjun and then say, okay, look, I'm not going to give up. But if you are wrong, then Krishna is not going to hold your hand. Krishna did not hold the hand of the Duryodhan. Why? Because it was the Duryodhan was wrong. Krishna tried to explain to Dhritarashtra, he did not understood, so he said, okay, thank you very much, choice is yours. So remember, in our life, there is always the Krishna come. Even if you do the wrong things, Krishna is duty to correct you. And then when the Krishnas give us opportunity and chance to correct ourselves, we must correct it. Otherwise, we will face the consequences very heavily. Likewise, Duryodhan, Dhritarashtra, and many others has faced in their life. And then from those times, people are constantly facing, but yet nobody has changed and nobody has learned that message, the Krishna message. Why? Because nobody understands the message of the Dharma. Dharma message is allow the Krishnas to be in your Romero. Romero means in your every single corner of your body. You must accept the Krishna in. Doesn't allow any senses to move anywhere in the world. When you are doing the bhakti, doesn't matter you spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours front of your place, the worship, or front of the place of the worship, or front of the Bhagwan. But that 4 hours which you spend in front of the Bhagwan, but if your senses are not in your control, if your mind is always into the many other materialistic world, then those 4 hours is wasted. Krishna need only your 10 seconds to, with the fully controlled minded, fully controlled sensed personality. 10 seconds, not more than 10 seconds Krishna needs. And knowing that, Krishna says, you all not going to give me those 10 seconds as well. That's why the practice makes a perfection. That's why the Arjuna was doing the practice every night to make sure that my target is perfect. What I'm saying is, every day we have to improve ourselves little. And the universal truth is, if someone spend 12 hours in practicing something, they become a master of it. And that is why the Bhagavad Gita is very useful for the youth also. And we always advise all youngsters and all the children and all the youth. You have a time. You have a resources, you have a energy, you have everything in your life. You just only allocate your 20 minutes a day out, 20 minutes a day to the Krishna. And control your all the senses, focus yourself into the Krishna Seva, Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Dham. Krishna Dham means that your body is the Krishna Dham. Our body is very pure. Our bodies have a very many things to be understand in our body. But by allowing many other negative things, jealousy, enviousness, the comments, the people's are bad behaviors and all other things, when we absorb all those things, then our body becomes a perish and fragile body. Once that fragile body lives in this world, so then anybody can target you. But if you make your body like Arjuna, strong, brave, perfect, and doesn't get affected, because that's where the Krishna shield will be there, Kavach, then you will be able to receive your target, your goal. Nothing comes easy. You have to do the hard work. You have to control your senses. If your mind is not in your control, and to control your mind, you have to start controlling your senses. Close your ears, close your eyes. Very important is. And then, Jihave pibaswam amrutam. From your tongue, use always kind word. Use always smiley word. Use always motivation word. Use always helpful word. Use always wise word. And do not keep any grudge towards anybody. Even if it is enemy come front of your door, welcome him. Knowing that that person is bad towards you. It's fine, so what? That person is bad, but not I am. Subject is like that. No matter how bad personality in front of you, Krishna went 2 steps forward to convince the Dhritarashtra. Hanumanji went 2 steps forward to explain to the Ravana. Angad went 2 steps forward to explain to the Ravana. We must take 2 steps forward. Knowing that we are not going to be successful, but we must play our part. And if someone coming at our doorstep, we must welcome like Bhagwan as welcome to Baliraja, Vaman avatar. Bhagwan went to the Baliraja to asking 3-step Prithvi. And in return, Bhagwan has gave him a promise that I will be there for you for 4 months in a year. That is why Chaturmas comes. Chaturmas means 4 months Bhagwan go to the Patal world with the Bali Raja. Knowing that Bali Raja is a subject, we must try to understand in our life there is many things we can correct it if we want to. Problem is we just don't want to correct it. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after people, wiseness after wiseness, the intelligent after intelligent people come in front of us and tell us, please correct it. But our extreme ego, our extreme desire, our extremeness, which doesn't allow us to see the truth behind it. We just only want to satisfy our senses and then want to promote ourselves in a word, look what I did to that person. Look what I did to that person. Look how that person is coming down towards me. That things we want. And that feeding that ego, okay, look, I can do it to this level of that one. But we forgot how much low level we stooping ourselves to down to just get satisfied our ego. While Krishna Bhagavan is saying to the Arjun, why you want to give up if you are right person? Means if you are walking on the bhakti marg, why your senses want to give up? You're supposed to be a strong personality. Supposed to be tell your mind, no, this is wrong. I'm in a puja, I must focus on a Krishna. I'm in a place of the worship, I must focus on the Krishna. Why suddenly as you walking into the place of the worship, why you suddenly start doing puja and you giving up yourself? Okay, look now, my body is here, I'm everywhere else. Krishna Bhakti is like that. Very importantly, we must try to understand is, Success doesn't come easily, remember that. Every single successful personality, if we look at in the world, they have many challenges they have faced in their life. Hardship, difficulties, problems, criticisms, and everything they have faced it. Continuously they are facing. But they know what is their ultimate goal is. So our ultimate goal should be our bhakti. Our ultimate goal should be our Prabhu Seva. Our ultimate goal should be our human body, which is Bhagwan has given us with after performing so many good karma to satisfy to our soul and surrender ourselves soulfully with the body. Birds cannot do the bhakti. Animals cannot do the bhakti. Any other jeev, they cannot perform the bhakti which we as a human can do it. And the problem is, we as a human don't understand that small things. Beauty part is, the nature is teaching us many things, like bird nest. A bird who prepare the nest. Nest means them house. To house for the bird. The bird start preparing the nest such a way they make the nest, no matter how much heavy strong wind come, rain come, anything come, but that nest doesn't get affected, neither that nest fall on the ground. That much buddhi the bird have how to prepare the nest to protect and stay inside. So Bhagwan has given us actually the buddhi itself to create that are surrounding us. No matter how difficult time we go through, that doesn't get effect to us. We stay strong and brave. Can't we make our own nest ourselves? But how can we make? Then Bhagwan Sri Krishna says, accept me, adopt me as your guide, your path, your path darshak. But we want to ignore the Krishna. We don't want Krishna in our life because Krishna speaks truth. But Krishna shows us a mirror. And then this is the irony of this world is, the person who speaks the truth, that person become a bad person. But person who speak the very ugly word, very difficult type of the lifestyle, that person become a good person. That is a Kali Yuga effect. So many bhakta has received themselves into the seva of the Bhagavan Sri Krishna. But those bhaktas are suffering because they are doing the good seva. But in this world, those who are doing propaganda and then exhibitions of the bhakti, I will use that word, exhibition of the bhakti. To show off. I'm doing the bhakti. And you must just look around it. When those exhibitors comes surrounding you, they will do the show off. I'm doing the bhakti. And those exhibitors want to tell themselves, they tell to the world, I am the biggest bhakta. But unfortunately they are not. Why? Because they are only doing the show off. A true bhakta doesn't do the show off. True bhakta, him or herself connect to the Krishna directly through his senses. True bhakta reach out to the Krishna through his heart. And when you reach out to the Krishna through your heart, then you don't know what is your body is doing. You become a completely calm. You become a completely surrender bhava. You become a completely attached to the Krishna bhakti. And that Krishna is like something who is accepting you. So He's taking yourself, you and your body and yourself in His heart. Krishna is holding your hand, is taking you into in His heart. And once you merge yourself into the Krishna's heart, then you become a Krishna. And then once you become a Krishna, then you become a Bhakta. And then your life into the hand of the Krishna. But problem is, biggest our problem is, we give up. We give up means ke, when we do the bhakti, we look everything else besides the Krishna.
Let me ask you what the question is.
Many times we have visit the place of the worship, leave that part. Many people say, I don't go to the mandir, it's fine, don't go to the. You may have your devo place of the worship in your own home. You are having a light, you lighting the devo and everything. You may have a Bhagwan Murti. If not Murti, then you may have a photo of pictures of the Bhagwan. Minimum things. When last you sit down in front of that Bhagwan who you believe? When last you sit down for 20 seconds and look at his Bhagwan face and look the Bhagwan smile? When last you did that part? When last you have observed the Bhagwan's happiness? When last you have observed the Bhagwan's sadness? When last you have observed the Bhagwan's aura surrounding you? And when last you have observed the Bhagwan presence surrounding you? That is only true Bhakta can do it. Because when you see the Krishna's face, if you have done something right, Krishna will smile. If you have done something wrong, then Krishna will look the sad face. If you have done something right, then you will feel the positive aura surrounding you, means happiness, joy. But if you have done something wrong, then you will feel the sadness aura surrounding you. If you have done something right, then your surrounding environment will be the full of the joy. But if you have done something wrong, then you will be always remain into the negative zone. And that is why last week also I said, and this week also I am saying same thing, repeating one line is, those who are doing the wrong thing, those who are following the adharma, those who are having a very negative intention behind it, they will not smile. Maybe they will laugh. They will laugh. Likewise, Ravan was laughing, Kans was laughing. I don't want to say his current few names, which is, but if you observe, they will laugh madly. No doubt on it. But they will not smile. There's a difference between smile and laugh. The laughing gives you a body happiness, but smile gives you a soulful happiness. And smile only comes when your soul's connected to the Krishna, means connected to your all the senses and controlled by the Krishna. Smile is very precious things in the life, which not everybody can give and not everybody can take it. The smile is very important gems in our life, which not everybody can handle it. And that is why I said, even if it is your enemy come in front of you, welcome with the smile. Because your smile is your weapon. Weapon which is the bhakti. Your smile is your real happiness towards the Krishna. You know, one thing nobody can digest enemy, particularly those who are thinking themselves to do. I have an enemy. The first things first, Bhakta don't have anyone as an enemy. Devotees don't keep any enemy. Devotees always keep the friends. But those who are opposite side, those who are other party think I don't like this person, then the one thing they cannot digest is your smile. More smile you give them, they more become uneasy towards you. That's why the Krishna is smile. So why you want to give up your bhakti? Why you want to give up yourself from the giving a smile to the people? And if you cannot smile, then you have to think yourself, why I'm not smiling? What's wrong in me? Who I am? Do your analysis yourself. No one is above you, and no one can tell you what to do. You or only yourself can tell you what to do. You are your own owner, and you are your controller. But if somebody is controlling your body, mind and senses, then you become a puppet of the Shakuni, which I mentioned last week. Once you become a puppet of the Shakuni like Duryodhana and many others, then you are asking yourself completely self-destruction. Today, when we talk about the Dharma, Bhakti and Ramayana and Mahabharata and many other things, has anyone blamed a Shakuni for anything? Ask yourself. Everybody will tell Duryodhana did like that, Dhritarashtra did like that, Dronacharya did like that, Krupacharya did like that, Karna did like that, Kaikai did like that. Nobody will mention the name of the Shakuni and mantra. Because they are only controller. They only control when you allow them to control. You only has allowed them to control. That is why. And because you have allowed them to control your life, that is why you are the one who is responsible for everything which happened to your life. Shakuni and mantra only can win when you allow them to win. In fact, Yudhishthir also did not escape from the Shakuni. Many people don't know about it. I will tell you the story from the Mahabharata. Shakuni is very tricky, very tricky. So, after the first negotiation happened between Pandav and Kaurav, so then cleverly Dhritarashtra gave in Khandavprasth to the Pandav. Khandavprasth means the land of the completely unproductive land, full of the bush and jungle and everything. There was nothing. This is your territory, Pandav. You must take this one. This is I'm giving you because you are deserving, because you are my brother's son. When Pandav went there, they looked at him. What we must do? Then Krishna, with the help of the Krishna, they turned that Khandavprasth into the Indraprasth. They converted that entire unproductive land into the productive land and made such a beautiful, attractive township there. A beautiful city, glorious, glorified city, and everybody was praising them city. Obviously, anything good happens, then people like Shakuni doesn't like that. That's but natural. Shakuni had one master. He has a control on his pasha. Pasha means dice. He used to play that gambling type of the thing. So then the inauguration ceremony was happening. They invited everybody. The Duryodhana didn't want it, but Shakuni forced Duryodhana, let us go because I know what to do. Shakuni went, and then after all entire ceremony over, before everybody left the Indraprastha, Shakuni said, I want to stay 1 or 2 days here. Want to enjoy the hospitality of Pandava. That time the Krishna has warned the Yudhishthir that do not come in any under overconfidence. That one single line Krishna told Yudhishthir before he left. Do not come under any overconfidence. It's fine. And then after Krishna left, because with the, you know what happened, when we allow the Krishna to leave from our life, then Shakuni take over. And then Shakuni started playing the game with the Yudhishthir. Deliberately, Shakuni lost the game. Now Yudhishthir got that power. In entire world, I am the one who has managed to win the game against the Shakuni. Means I am the powerful than the Shakuni in the Daya scale. But it was a Shakuni's trick. Lost deliberately to attract the Yudhishthir. And then after they left, and then they invited Drut Krida, gambling, into his territory. Kurukshetra means the kingdom of the Kurus. And then it was Hastinapur. And then what happened, we all of us know, then Pandava lost everything. Subject, what I'm trying to say here is, entire story is, Krishna, the moment we're going to not going to listen to Krishna, and the moment the Krishna is going to leave us, then Shakuni will take over, and then Shakuni will do everything to make sure your patan, your destruction is there. And we have to be very careful from those Shakunis surrounding, because they're not going to take a blame on them shoulder. You are the one who's going to suffer from everything. And that is why Bhagavan Sri Krishna says to Arjun, don't give up. Don't give up means in the sense today we're going to take it as a don't give up in your bhakti, and don't give up yourself towards the level where you have to ask Krishna to go. Keep the Krishna with you, so then Shakuni will not come too closer to you. And if you're going to allow the Krishna to go, then the Shakuni take over. And once Shakuni take over, then your life, you don't know what is going. So that is why we says, Jihave pivasvam mritameta devam govind damodara madhaveti. All the time, in my entire Romero means all the senses controlled by the Krishna. With that line, we are concluding today's our Bhagavad Gita talk. Dear devotees, if you have liked this talk, only one thing you can do it, share it, subscribe this channel, and encourage more and more devotees to watch. Why? Because through this channel, we can make a difference little bit in anybody's life. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranadakleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Vasudevam Sutam Devam Kamsacharnurmardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurumma. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurumma. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurumma. Om Haraye Namaha. Om Haraye Namaha. Om Haraye Namaha. Om Devhu Shanti Rantarikshagam Shanti Prathavi Shanti Rapaha Shanti Rokhadayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shantir Vishve Devah Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagam Shanti Shanti Rebba Shanti Sama Shanti Redhi. Om Shanti 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 Sushanti Bhavatu. Krishna Kanaya Lal Ki Jai.